Right, off we go. We're doing another video in the car, but I decided not to mount you to the steering wheel this time because it gave me a headache watching it back. Some of you said it was pretty funny, which I guess it was, but I'm not doing it again. I'm doing it mounted to the dashboard, so hopefully you can still hear me over the vibrations. Should be better than the steering wheel. And you can see the lovely scenery behind me. I say lovely scenery, that's a wall you're looking at right now. That's one of Knighton's finest walls. Now the sun's in my eyes. So yeah, another blog. Basically I've been on holiday for a week, which is why I haven't really done much of anything. Beggar Bob hasn't been updated for a couple of weeks, and the tape's coming undone. Haven't really worked on the core, although I said I was going to. I've done I've done a couple of adjustments to a couple of areas, but I've really been focusing on ideas for new videos. About a year ago, exactly 1 year ago yesterday, I released the Urby's mouse over video, which just got so much backlash for being similar to Zero Punctuation. I'm still sticking with the word similar because there are videos out there that copy the graphic style exactly, and for some reason they get enormous amounts of praise. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but no, I'm doing a video response of sorts to the abusive comments I got, and I'm doing it in the same format with the same graphics and the same voiceover. So I suppose in a way I'm trolling, whatever. And I can't wait to see the comments on that one. In other news, I am considering starting a new video series on SNC games. Some of you may be familiar with The English Gentleman Plays Minecraft. I have been toying with the idea of English Gentleman Plays Fallout New Vegas, because I've recently started playing that again, and I've remembered how good a game it is and how much I enjoy playing it. So I figured might as well play through it again, just record as I do. Obviously break them up into 10-minute videos. Other than that, Beggar Bob should be updated this weekend if I get around to it, hopefully. I've got so much on. But another thing I wanted to talk about today is users of ModDB, or visitors of ModDB. If you've checked out the core, that's on ModDB, moddb.com/mod/thecore. You can check out the mod me and Archie are working on there. But just browsing around the site, so many mods. I mean, the bright side of me recording in the car is I can be as loud as I like. So on that note, just a little suggestion to the general ModDB community: stop with the fucking horror mods! Jesus! It's so good to just shout that. There's so many fucking shitty horror mods. All of them are brown with grunge overlays. In fact, this morning I've been toying with the idea of starting one myself called Not Another Fucking Horror Mod, which is just going to be a spoof. I'm not sure yet. Obviously I've got to work on the core, and thanks for pulling out in front of me, you dickhead. And now they're going to drive at 20 miles an hour. For fuck's sake. Where was I? Oh yeah, shitty horror mods. There's so many out there, and each one I've played has been the same boring, shitty scare tactics, which don't fucking work. I don't like horror games. I played the Fear games. I played the first two, I think it was, Perseus Mandate and the original, and I wasn't impressed. The gunplay was alright, but half the time you had the combat, which was okay, and the other half the time was these shitty horror sections, which resorted to smearing blood on the walls and bringing a little girl out, making jump scares as well. Every mod resorts to jump scares to get the fear across. Jump scares only work the first couple of times. When you realise that's all a mod has going for it, you're prepared for it, and it doesn't scare you anymore. I've never really been a horror fan. Horror movies don't do it for me either. Some of them are so fucking predictable. I prefer the spoofs. Things like Scary Movie, which is terrible, but I like it. It's kind of the terrible I can deal with. My taste is awful. But yeah, horror mods out there. Every single one is like grungy and it's got blood splatters everywhere, like ooh, in a dark mansion or a failed experiment. They're all the same. I want to see a horror mod or game that takes place during broad daylight. 28 days later. Right, take that for example. The opening scenes, you've got the protagonist wandering around the streets of London as the sun's coming up, dawn, and it's eerie. It's eerie as hell. And it's pulled off really well. Everything now is resort. Oh, another thing, zombies. Zombies aren't scary anymore, so stop trying that one. Zombies are more tower defense nowadays. But people are still making zombie mods. Despite the fact that Left 4 Dead 2 are out now by Valve, competent developers. Games like Dead Island, which was pretty good. Well, good with friends, pretty naff on your own. But people are still trying to make zombie mods. And I don't get it. I don't get the fascination. I want some variation. In fact, all modern shooters these days are either killing waves and waves of people from unnamed Middle Eastern countries or zombies. You think about the variation of enemies you had in, say, Half-Life. Fucking Doom. Doom had so many enemy variations. And as time's gone on, we've started settling for games which have more guns than enemies. Even though you can only carry 2 at a time, if that. And there's just no variation anymore. I think first-person shooters are really starting to lose their momentum. I play Battlefield 3 online because I enjoy it. Fair enough. I'm shooting at other players, that's what multiplayer is. But the single-player campaign is again a realistic shooter, just fighting off waves and waves of Middle Eastern militia. And it's dire. The campaign to Battlefield 3 was horrible. And every single fucking Call of Duty game that comes out nowadays seems to be doing the same goddamn thing. And it's boring! Minecraft stuck with me for a long time because there was something interesting to fight. And they still added new enemies to it. Pass a tractor here. Fuck you! But that's just my opinion, I suppose. Other than that, if you like the points I've made, feel free to drop a comment. I do like it when you actually watch my videos, let me know you're watching, and get a discussion going in the comments. Or ask me some questions, formspring.me/urbannebula. If you can ask me a question, interesting questions will be answered in upcoming videos. Not so interesting questions will be answered on Formspring, so just check back there. I would say I have a Twitter, but I don't update it. But yeah, check out the core, check out scotchandcoffee.co.uk, which mainly focuses on the core at the moment. Check out Beg and Bob, I'll put links for all these in the description. And for now I'm going to go. So have a nice day. Back to work on Monday. So yeah, bye.